Hey vinyl community, this is Chris. Good evening to anyone that's watching. This is a vinyl update, and it's mostly on the country and folk side. I think I've got another one to do soon, but that'll be more jazz oriented. So to start this off, before I start, I recently watched a Grandma's Handbag video. Dean had done some shout outs to people, and he included my channel, so thanks to Dean for that. He got one thing wrong though, because he mentioned about being knowledgeable, so I don't know where he got that from, because mostly I just hold up record albums and you know, that's all I do, so that doesn't seem very knowledgeable to me, because I enjoy the videos that people actually talk about their music and give little album reviews, which I typically don't, but it'd be nice to do. But to keep true to my previous videos, this one will include very little discussion of the albums. But to start with, these records are going to be kind of organized geographically, so they'll start in the east and they'll work their way west. So the first one I got was this one. I think came from a record store I bought online. It was called Vinyl Vixen, and they were having a 50% off sale, so the records, which were reasonably priced anyway, became even cheaper. So Bert Jansch, A Rare Conundrum. This is 1977 Kicking Mule release. So there's the Kicking Mule label. In keeping with some of those other labels that showing earlier in previous videos by various people, Flying Fish, Rounder, things like that. So Kicking Mule, Sainte-Marie. So that's the easternmost album or artist, so United Kingdom. So now we've moved into the United States, I think. So this is Bill Shute and Lisa Null, The Feathered Maiden and Other Ballads. So they're doing a bunch of folk songs. Mostly Bill Shute is doing guitar, Lisa Null is vocals, and some other instrumental accompaniment. Some of these are just unaccompanied vocals by Lisa, and then group compositions or group performances by Lisa and Bill, and a few other people accompanying them occasionally. This is on Green Linnet. Bill Shute, I think, was previously in the Fifth Estate, which you might remember from the big hit that I remember was Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead. I've got a single of that. Don't have their album, which was, I think, 1967. But so next one, more country, less folk. Bill Monroe and Charlie Monroe on Decca Records. I think this is a compilation from not sure when. I haven't opened it yet. This was still sealed when I got it. Bill Monroe and Charlie Monroe. Bluegrass music. And then more bluegrass. Spectacular bluegrass favorites. Got Hilo Brown on it, Bill Clifton and his Dixie Mountain Boys, and some other artists, and this is on the Palace label. Palace. This is the type recording that looks like it ought to be on King or Crown, but Palace. I don't know if they're related or not. And then picked up a Porter Wagoner. Skid Row Joe down in the alley. Sometime this is a 1970s something album on RCA. Orange Dynaflex type vinyl. Buffy Sainte-Marie, mid-60s folk album on Vanguard. Little Wheel, Spin and Spin. So, Vanguard label, Buffy Sainte-Marie. Tompall and the Glaser brothers. Now Country. This is late 60s MGM label. Tompall, Glaser and his brothers. And I got another one, Glaser brothers. The Wonderful World of Glaser brothers, also on MGM, same label. And then Oscar Brand, Bawdy Songs and Backroom Ballads. Volume 2. I think somebody had shown one of these recently. Might have been Headley at another fat bearded man talking about records, but I don't remember at this point. This is on the Audio Fidelity label. Oscar Brand doing these body folk songs. And then more country in the bluegrass vein, Vassar Clements. On Mercury, this later Mercury label. Vassar, fiddle player, accompanied a lot of people. He played with John Hartford, played with the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, other people. Another Vassar Clements, the Vassar Clements Band. MCA label. Vassar Clements. And more bluegrass type, Alvin Crow and Pleasant Valley Boys. High Riding. And this is Polydor. Alvin Crow. And back to just straight country. Johnny Darrell. Don't think I've shown this one before. Ruby, Don't Take Your Love to Town, which might sound familiar to Kenny Rogers fans. On United Artists. This is late 60s. Johnny Darrell. And another Johnny Darrell with pen in hand. Also on United Artists. Different label. Different variation of the label. With pen in hand, Johnny Darrell. And then Jerry Jeff Walker, Cow Jazz. I think this is one I have a cassette, or I had an 8-track of. Probably cassette. Jerry Jeff Walker, so this is Texas. Now we're in the middle of the United States. There's the label. South Coast Records. Cow Jazz, Jerry Jeff Walker. And then we wrap it up with Buck Owens. So we're out on the west coast of the United States. Buck Owens sings Tommy Collins on Capitol. I think this is early 60s. Capitol label. Buck Owens and the Buckaroos, Dust on Mother's Bible. Same Capitol label. And the last one, Buck Owens and his Buckaroos, Sweet Rosie Jones. A lot of tape on this one. Also, same Capitol label. So Buck Owens, Sweet Rosie Jones. So that was my recent pickups in the country and folk vein, and I'll try to come back sometime this weekend and do the follow-up on that, which will be jazz and a little bit of classical, I guess. So thanks everybody for watching, and thanks for shout outs from people, and thanks to Dean at Grandma's Handbag for not only including me, but lots of other channels that are even more worthy. So see everyone later.